Hey guys, welcome back. I am Soulbash and we are back with some more Paladin Strike. This is going to be the first look I have ever taken at SHA LIN. So here we have, I'm going to go over his attacks first, his abilities. That way we can get an understanding of what these things do. So his basic attack has a 0.4 second cooldown. It fires an arrow forward, dealing 800 damage to enemies on impact. Now there's a bonus damage. It can ricochet off the environment up to 2 times, each time making arrows fly faster and deal 25% bonus damage. So that's just his basic attack. His first ability is called Impaler Arrow. Now this recovers 1 weapon energy instantly. In addition, this replaces SHA LIN's normal arrow with an Impaler Arrow. Now that dealing 600 damage to enemies on impact and knock them back. If the enemy hits a wall or other enemies, then a 2-second stun is also applied. That's a pretty straightforward ability. It replaces 1 arrow and it does a base damage of 600. Now if it does hit a wall when they get knocked back, they do get stunned for 2 seconds. So moving on, his next ability is Withdraw. You leap back and become stealth for 3 seconds, leaving a mirage at SHA LIN's original location for 2 seconds. A very stealthy way to get away from people, and it kind of makes it look like you're just standing there. So this is going to be really interesting to see that mechanic of the game play out. And of course he has his ultimate Heat Haze. You become stealth and move 50% faster for 10 seconds. Now while active, SHA LIN's weapon energy regenerates 200% faster, and a mirage is created each time after firing for 2 seconds. Okay, so overall, his abilities, he's got a lot to it. For one, his basic attack. For the first thing, like you can see it changing directions all over the map, so it does ricochet and do damage. Now his one attack right there, it'll do 800 damage. I don't have any runes on him, so nothing's affected like that or anything. I haven't bought him yet. This is just a practice mode. So as you see the ricochet right there, it goes faster when it hits, so it does 1200 off a double ricochet. It's not too bad. And let's see, let's check out the reload speed of these. So let's spam all of his arrows out. All right, and let's check halfway through the reload. So it takes a little bit of time for it to actually pick back up and start recharging. You see there, it looks like maybe when his arrow hits something, so when you hit, the recharge starts going back again on his attacks. So that's just his basic attack, guys. There's still some other things we could probably do with that right there. So that's pretty cool though. That's the reflect off of things, that's gonna make some for very interesting plays. All right, let's move on to his first ability. So this is what's going to replace the arrow on your basic attack. You see the basic attack ring is glowing right now, so when you shoot somebody with it, hit them, it's gonna stun them because they're knocked into that wall. Now you see it only did 600 damage. Now of course a normal attack does 800 damage, but when you hit them with this, doesn't matter, it's gonna do 600 damage. Now I'm sure runes are probably going to affect that, but other than that, you're going to be stuck at a base of 600. But that 2-second stun is gonna come in handy. You'll be able to get in possibly a couple extra shots before they do mess with you. All right, so his next ability we have is his movement. Now this one is going to leave an illusion like you saw, and it's going to kick you back just if you press it. Now this does work a little bit different as well from some other things, as like you can aim it. So not only can it go backwards, say for instance I'm running away from somebody and want to go behind them, so you can do that. You can leave your illusion back there and you can sneak off behind them. SHA LIN is going to be super sneaky and hard to chase down if he's got this ability up. It's going to be interesting to see with his talents as well if he has some type of CC built into that. So if he does, that's going to be really strong. Now lastly, of course, his ultimate is going to be probably another strong aspect of him being able to move across the map without being seen as well. So he's going to go invis. Every time you shoot, you're going to leave a mirage right there after 2 seconds. So you're actually going to be probably hopefully a good bit away from where you shot before that actually comes up, and it's going to increase that reload time, so you're going to be able to reload faster and all the good jazz from it. As you can tell, there's all the abilities again right there. So after the abilities, I want to check out his talents. Now I've got some of them up right here. First one is movement speed increases by 20% or a recovery increase by 35%. Now, SHA LIN movement speed on him is probably going to be really nice because getting around with this kind of champion is especially one that can hop into stealth just this quick. That movement speed is going to help out a good bit. So moving on to the next one, level 2, you have the option of a critical chance increase by 25% or a ultimate charge is 100% faster. Depending on what you're going for, the ultimate's going to be really strong, of course, but also crit chance. If you're going for a damage build and you're not having to worry about that ultimate charge because of positioning, you're gonna do fairly well with putting out extra damage with the crit charge. So hopefully, let me see if we can get some crits in here. Hit that reload, 1200 crit. So if you get that, you're gonna get to be doing extra 400 damage when it does crit. After that, let's see, he has CC duration reduction by 80% or a max health increase by 25%. Now that's a really tough choice. For one, he's already got just a base of 1800 health. So of course the max health is going to look kind of nice, but if you're going against a heavy CC comp team, somebody that's going to be looking to flank you and stun you to try and kill you, 80% CC duration reduction is really huge for this guy. Moving on, for level 4, you have a gain 25% basic attack damage reduction or a critical damage increase to set 175%. Kind of optional there as well. Either you can go with a defensive build or you can go with that critical damage increase to 175%, which is going to help you do a lot more damage with those single shots. And of course, reflecting them off the wall, it's going to do even more damage. So always remember that. And lastly, for level 5, ability cooldowns reduced by 35% and basic attacks deal 25% more damage. Now there's that reduced cooldown that I was talking about. Ability cooldowns reduced by 35%. That's pretty quick. I mean, that is at the end of his build, which is going to have to go late game for you to see most of the time. So it's kind of a throw up right here, depending on what you're building into. If you want that extra movement, you know, from his second ability, or if you want those extra stuns from his first ability, it's just all up to you. As you see, if you miss with that stun, it doesn't stay on there. So do be aware of everything with this build. If we go with the max health increase, it goes up to 2250 base, so that's not too bad. But SHA LIN's got a nice kit, well-rounded build. His ultimate, pretty insane. You're going to be able to spam some arrows out, and don't forget you have reload in that as well. So it's pretty crazy. Look how fast that was going up. You can reload so fast with his ultimate. So I'm pretty excited to buy him, jump in some games, and see how he does. So stay tuned for that, guys. We got that coming up really soon after this. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, and leave a like on this video because that helps us out a lot. With that being said, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I am SoulBash. You guys have a nice day.